Alrighty, well hello everyone, and how are you guys doing? Tireless God here, back with another Tireless Talk. So, I got a suggestion for a topic for this video, and the suggestion was to talk about the new skills that are going to be coming out this year. My thoughts and theories and whatnot on that kind of subject. So, I thought I'd continue and talk about that. So, ModMark said that there are going to be 2 new skills introduced to the game this year. I'm not sure if it was ModMark or MMG that said it first, but one of them definitely mentioned the 2 new skills coming in the year 2013. And one of them is going to be a gathering skill, and then the other one is going to be like crafting and smithing, kind of like a resource using skill per se, I guess, something like that. Anyway, so my thoughts for the gathering skill. What do I think this gathering skill might be? Well, actually the gathering skill, I lied. I don't have any theories on the gathering skill. That actually still confuses me as to what the gathering skill might be. But the other skill, which is like smithing, crafting, and all that, I kind of have an idea of what they might be doing. And what I think the skill might be is something related to attuning, or using certain kinds of advancements or upgrades to weaponry and skilling equipment. Now, they mentioned also in a live stream that they love for weapons to be progressive, to get better when you use them, to have some sort of advancements to them, kind of like an aura, but it's specifically attuned to an item. So my thought is that the skill is going to create objects that you can attach to your weapons and or armor or skilling supplies, whatever it may be, and they give it an active effect when that happens. Now, for the sake of the economy and the sake of usefulness, the items, unlike auras where they deplete and they can just like wait a little bit and it comes back, they'll be more like scrimshaws. And if you don't know what scrimshaws are, they are the things in player-owned ports where you use them and they have a certain duration. You can turn them on and off, but then after that duration is over, they become destroyed. So that's basically what a scrimshaw is, and I'm feeling like this new update might create things like that. So what I'm thinking is it might be something related to like the summoning skill, whereas you need to go around, gather certain kinds of resources. Now, I know the gathering skill, that'd be kind of a stretch if the gathering skill was related to this, because I don't know, I feel like that'd be a bit close, and considering the distance apart that they're supposed to be released. One's going to be in early 2013, the other one's in late 2013, so if they were related, that'd be kind of a big time frame between them. But yeah, so you go around just like the summoning skill. You have to have a primary, a secondary, and all different kinds of items to create this attunement or something for your armor or weapon, or so whatever I mentioned before. So that's my thoughts on what it might be. I'm not sure, like, at all. There's been like no announcements at all. Like, we don't know what they are. There's 0 hints. MMG in a post today, which I'm also going to talk about, said that even if he gave the slightest hint, the dev team would kill him. So, it doesn't seem like we're going to get any hints until the time comes really, really close to when the skill is going to be coming out. So, those are my thoughts on what the skill might be. What do you guys think the skill might be? I mean, I could be completely wrong. You never know. But anyway, yeah. Alrighty, secondly, MMG posted a thread today, or actually it was a front page post, but the thread is blowing up today. Basically, the topic was what's coming and what's going. It's talking about all the updates that have happened in 2012, what they're planning on 2013, and surprisingly, an apology from MMG, talking about how he's kind of been in the darkness and kind of like not really saying much about like the Squeal of Fortune and microtransactions, and they kind of been pretty dodgy about talking about it, which I commend him for saying that. I do. And you know, they really have been. I mean, as much as I love Jagex as a company and everything, they have been kind of dodging the subject every single time it comes up. They always have a roundabout way of saying it, or something to move on to the next topic. They do not like to stay on the subject for too long. So I thought that was kind of nice of them to do that. But anyway, this topic talked about a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm actually going to pull that up here really quick. Alrighty, so the things that were up for discussion in this blog was, the first thing was community involvement. They were kind of talking about how the past years in RuneScape, if you guys played RuneScape for quite a while, you would understand this feeling of being left in the darkness at almost all times. Every single update that came out was a mystery. There were certain hints given out, but there was really no talk about it. Like, you didn't know like what the next boss was going to be, or the new update, if a skill was coming out. There'd just be like little hints about it. We didn't have behind the scenes a long time ago. We didn't have all this stuff that you guys have today. We were literally just into the darkness. When an update came out, we knew it was coming out every Tuesday or something, but we had no idea what it was. And when it came out, we'd be like, whoa, or what? You know, depending on what the topic was. So I really enjoy the kind of involvement and stuff that they've been getting into, especially some of the JMods on Twitter, who I absolutely love, by the way. If you guys are not a part of Twitter, you need to get on Twitter, because some of the JMods there, like Phoenix, Saber, Dazun, Drebin, Mike, and all of them on there, they're really active on there. They talk to you, and it's a really great community to be a part of. I'm not gonna lie. I would highly suggest joining the RuneScape Twitter community if you have a chance. But what they're trying to do is they really want to get more involvement with the community, and I'm kind of interested as how they're going to be doing that. There was a few topics on the forums in the thread that I was talking to you about, which was related to this on the official RuneScape forums. And they were talking about some community things, about how players on the forums feel like that they're not getting seen, that they're talking, but we don't really understand, that we're only responding to positive feedback from you guys. And, I mean, from what I see, that's semi-true. The only seeing positive feedback part, that is. Well, we only see the positive feedback that they see from others. That's what I'm trying to say. We only see that because that's kind of like what they get out. They like hearing good things about them, you know, so they're going to spread that around. But there are bad things that are said, and a lot of people feel like they're not being heard, that their word means absolutely nothing in the community. But the thing is, that is not true at all. I know a few JMods on Twitter and everything, and I've talked to them. I know Drebin, Saber, and Dazun spend a lot of time going through posts, especially Saber. I mean, most of the time when I'm talking to him, he's looking through posts, and Dazun was a big help today in the community topic that I was talking about earlier. If you want to go online, I'll put a link in the description. So yeah, they really do go through and read your posts, and the thing is, when an update like this comes out and it's a huge topic and it reaches like 120 pages within like a few hours of being released, and you're just upset because your questions aren't being answered, well, do you know how many questions they have to answer? They can't get to every single one. Like, I'm sorry that they just can't like instantly answer everything and whatnot, but like they're not going to get to every single topic. I mean, if you look through, I'm pretty sure they would cover something closely related to your topic or some sort of question that you asked. I mean, MMG was doing a good job, even though the topic was on like close to 100 pages. He was still on like page 9 trying to find like some of the good topics that people were talking about, and what I really commend him for is he was replying to some of the topics that were negative. He was going in, finding topics that were just downright insulting Jagex or offending them, and he just went ahead and replied to it in his own mannerism. And so did Drebin. Drebin saw a bunch of posts that were about people not being heard in the community, as I said before, and he's like, no, we listen to you guys. We seriously take the time out of our day to read all your posts. Even though it may not seem like it, we are continuously going through the forums and sending back feedback. So you guys are being heard, even though it seems like you're such a small person. Almost any kind of feedback you give will be seen by the mods. Now, they said that they're going to try to work on some way to kind of have the feeling that you know that you're being seen, you're being heard, that your word actually means something in the RuneScape community. They're trying to think of something to progress that. And a big thing that I've seen online lately is people want to have a sticker like JMod was here, you know, like JMod read this, and that'll give them the sense of the feeling that someone was there, someone heard them, and their word is meaningful. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, dude, what they're going to do is they're just going to go on every thread and say that they read it and just to make people happy. Like, I highly doubt that. I know some of the community people, like I mentioned before, and they are not the kind of people to kind of just do that to you. I mean, if... especially someone like Phoenix, if she just went ahead and just went around just pleasing people, clicking, okay, yeah, I read this, oh my gosh, that would... I do not see that happening. That is not something that's going to happen. And all the community team, like I said, if you get on Twitter, you would not see those kinds of actions from them ever to come out. They are so happy to be interactive, so happy to talk to you guys. And yeah, they love their job, they love what they do. So your word is being heard, guys. Even though you may not think it, you may not see it, your word is appreciated by every single member of the Jagex community and corporation. Alrighty, so moving on to the next topic. We got a talk about bots and gold farmers. A lot of people were talking about this in the thread as well, saying how much of a problem this is. They want to advance their software even more. A lot of people were like, oh, Botany Bay is going to be the do-all, end-all, and there's all these other things that were happening. But the thing is, the program that they implemented wasn't so much to destroy bots, it was to learn bots' moves, locations that they are at, what they're doing, how they work, and God, I can't drop. Boop. And now I can. Okay, it's trying to find their locations, how they work, and whatnot. So even though it didn't get rid of the bots, it's learning about them, and from there it's going to progress, and then they're going to get rid of the bots. It's already working on it. They said that there's about 1,000 accounts for botting that are banned every single day, and they delete a ton of illegitimate accounts as well. So another topic that was on the forum that I saw MMG respond to was bringing back restricted trade. Now, I don't know how many of you remember that time, were away from that time, or weren't playing at the time, but there's a time in RuneScape where you could not trade as much as you want to another person. You had a 25k limit. Yeah, you had to only trade 25k to another person. That's the max. You could just go out and give someone. And that changed a little bit, because if you had someone on your friends list, you'd be able to trade more if they had been a friend for quite a while. If you had X amount of quest points, it shows that you're a legitimate player, so you can hand out more money as well. And yeah, that's basically how it was for a little while. And MMG actually said that he is considering it, he's looking into it. He doesn't want to have to implement it because free trade is an amazing thing in this game, especially when it comes to like price fluctuations and when new items come out and stuff. Like, when a new item comes out, you notice that in the Grand Exchange, Jagex already has a preset price for it. Well, if you have the off-chance luck of being the first person to get that drop, you can make some serious money. Like, I don't know how many of you saw the Dragor mace that was sold in the GE, the very first one. He got max cash. He got a max cash pile for his Dragor mace, because it was the very first one into the game and someone wanted that item. Now Jagex introduces the restricted trade again. It's going to be very, the trade limit, I'm trying to say, is going to be very restricted as to what Jagex says, and having to apply supply and demand to the equation, and us having to wait for the GE to react to how we're responding to the price that we want to have for this item. Like Dragor right now, because it's new, there's not many of it, and it's the best item out there. It is really expensive. Even though the GE price may say a certain kind of price, the actual price on the street is a lot different. So, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, I'd be happy if restricted trade came back, because that would get rid of gamblers, or would get rid of a lot of botters, it would get rid of gold farmers. I mean, it's not going to get rid of them, but it's definitely going to bring a limit on them, which will definitely move in the direction, which will definitely help us progress in the direction of making a better environment for all of us here in the Scape world. Now the next topic he went over is micropayments, and this is where he kind of said like he was sorry and how, you know, these are things that we introduced. We know you don't really like them. A lot of you, you know, just want to, as he said, as someone requested, they want the ability to nuke Yelps in the face. I thought that was pretty funny. MMG replied to that. He said he's going to talk to the dev team about that one. But yeah, he talks about micropayments and stuff, and basically he was just saying, you know, the micropayments, even though you may not like them, you have to realize that these things are going out into the world, and we are progressing the game because of it. Like, because of these micropayments, we've been able to double our staff and just become a bigger company as a whole. Things that were impossible to reach before because they did not have the resources. They didn't have the team. They couldn't accomplish it because of restrictions. You know what? They're capable of doing that now. They have the ability to because they have that money. They can do that. And the other thing is, it's of your own will. You don't have to buy spins. You don't have to go to the general store. You don't have to do anything like that. So, I mean, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, and I know a lot of people hate it, but you have to realize it's progressing the game. Whether you like it or not, the Wheel of Fortune and Solomon's General Store is what's helping make the game better every single day. Another thing that they talked about was promotions. Now, they realized that back in the day, like when, you know, like Sizzling Summer and, God, what was it? It's like the Squeal of Neptune and all those kinds of updates. Coins of updates? God, I got a slight accent right there. All those kinds of updates, they realized that the homepage was so dominated with it. Like, spins, do spins, buy spins, look at what you can get if you have spins. Like, they realized, we're making this game less about RuneScape and more about the spins. It's like, yeah, you were. And that's something I didn't agree with. Now, I didn't like the Squeal of Fortune from the beginning, but I brushed it off. But after all of that, when the Sizzling Summer and the Neptune and all those things were coming out, they were pushing the Squeal of Fortune so much to a point where I literally hated it. I hated it so much. I'm like, stop, I get it. You have a promotion. Just stop rubbing it in my face. Like, that always got on my nerves. But they said that they are definitely going to dumb down on that. And they aren't going to be so forward about it and not have it dominate more than the game. They're going to focus because this is RuneScape, this isn't Spinscape. So they want to make sure that we know that we're playing this game that we love and it's not all about the spins. Up next, they talked about the evolution of combat, which, of course, I've talked about many a times. I love the evolution of combat. I think it's great. The interactive abilities through combat is what really gets me. I find it fun. Like, honestly, I've done so much combat since this. Before, I used to just be a pure skiller because I was, like, maxed all these combat stats, except range. I still got to get that one up. Chins. I do miss chins. That is one thing. But overall, it's going to be great. I mean, I like the EOC. They're going to have so many more progressions. The Catfight King is a fun boss. Yeah, that's right. A fun boss because it requires strategy. You have to know when to use certain skills, when to use freedom to break from a stun, when to do all these different kinds of things. You got to run around. It's the use of abilities, and it makes it so much fun. And that's why I love the Catfight King. And they said that they're going to be implementing more improvements, make sure that it's balanced, make sure that we're happy with it, and I cannot wait. They also talked about certain game updates that are going to be coming in. They're going to be looking into the past to old content. Of course, they're going to be working on new content first as well, but they're going to look back and try to expand on some of the old things in the world of RuneScape, such as, you know, like trouble brewing, agility, some other skills. They talked about a huge improvement to construction in the last live stream, I think it was. Yeah, the last live stream. They talked about that they want to have a huge overhaul to construction. They want it to become amazing and fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to that coming into the game because I am not a fan of construction. I mean, now every month we get the chance to build those statues and we get a hefty chunk of construction experience. So I'm happy about that. I mean, I get like 50, 60, 80K. I forget how much experience I get. But it's a pretty decent amount, and every once a month I will take it. It's just like Troll Invasion for construction, basically. Also, let's see here. Also, a few things that I read online going through the blog is that the HTML5 is going to be in beta within the next month or two. Now, that's not a confirmed fact. It's not. They said they would like it out in a month or two, and that's pretty sure where it's going to be at. So, I'm looking forward to that. I'm assuming they're going to be doing the beta testing for that as well, because HTML5 is a whole new coding language. It's fairly close to Java and everything, but going under a whole new coding scheme for the entire world is definitely going to have some bugs and flaws, because there's no simple Java to HTML5 conversion button. Beep! Oh, there it is, you know. But HTML5 is definitely going to bring a world of graphics, abilities, and new things into the game that we could not do before. So that's going to be an amazing update. So we should look forward to that within the next month or two to get some updates. They also talked about the new skill, like I said earlier, coming out. They said that they plan on the new skill being released somewhere in like summer, like right before summer, maybe like April, May, June. Somewhere in that time. No, not April, I lied. May, June, I think they were talking about somewhere around there. They'd like the new skill to be released, or at least a lot of content released to let you know about it around that time. So that's interesting. They also said that they're planning the new Rune Fest for this year, and we're going to... Oh, what was I going to say? Sorry, not we're going to. They were looking at America as a place of interest to hold RuneFest because they have a lot of the community there. Now, that's what Mark said. He's very unsure of where it's going to be because with restrictions to the time where they can go, the venue and stuff, it can be anywhere in the world. He just said that they have some interest in going to America. So I am very, very happy about that, because if it is anywhere in the United States, you will see me there 100% for sure. I will be there. I will maybe bump into some of you guys, and we can have a good time. We can party and get down, get jiggy with it, and whatnot. I'm looking forward to RuneFest this year, I'll tell you that much. I wanted to go last year so bad. I planned with a buddy. We were going to get a hotel room and whatnot, and split costs and have a good time, and that all got shot down the drain really fast when they're like, yeah, we're not having one. So I'm excited for this year to come around. So, yeah, as new updates with me, still mining here in the Living Rock Caverns. I cannot leave here because I've realized I've been bank standing a lot when I don't leave. When I do leave, I just bank stand. So I'm going to try to stay in here as much as possible. And aside from that, I bought a year membership card, so that's really exciting. So I got the gold membership, I get early access, so if that HTML5 thing does come out, I'll be in that, and I'll be testing that, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. I got like rune coins and stuff, and this is what I bought with my rune coins. I love this emote. I just want to show you real quick. Here we go, ready? So I'm like, I'm not actually going to teleport. So I'm like, la 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 la. Oh, wait, bad spot. I guess it doesn't work right there. Okay, let's try here. I guess it doesn't work down here at all, but this is interesting to just kind of watch this. See, and I'm just going to be pulled into the ground. Well, okay, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny when you can't see the animation. But it's like dragged under, like this hell pit basically opens up, and these demons reach out and they start grabbing at me, and they're like, ah! And then I die. So yeah, that's what's new with me. Not too much going on here. I'm probably going to be working on my QBD guide a little bit more. I'm about halfway done. And I'll get that out to you as soon as possible. But thank you guys for tuning in. I know this is probably a longer episode. I had a lot to talk about for you guys, and I appreciate if you took the time to listen to the entire thing. Alrighty guys, I will talk to you